Hi and welcome to my channel. I'm the Chill Fish Keeper and this is my very first video on the channel. This tank behind me is overrun with black beard algae. So the plan is today to tear this apart and completely rescape it with a more simple design. So let's do it. Now, I've tried the treatments for it because I did some research and apparently it's all to do with phosphate levels. So I dosed it as it said. It's not really done anything. I can only assume that it is down to the fact that the scape that I've done, it's probably got a lot of dead spots where food and fish waste are building up, releasing too many nutrients into the water. I'll talk you through what I'm doing, what plants I've got. I'll show you a picture of the tank before with all the black beard algae. In this tank I've just got some zebra danios, some leopard danios, some glass bloodfin tetras and some white cloud mountain minnows and some albino white cloud mountain minnows. They can all survive in cold water tanks because I did have goldfish in here originally, but they've now gone in the pond. That's much better suited for them, and they've actually spawned and had babies, or should I say fry. So that's probably enough of me rabbiting on. You have to bear with me. Like I say, this is my first video. Okay, this is my aquarium as it stands. So you can see the black beard algae over quite a bit of it, and it doesn't look great. I also forgot to mention that I've got some nerite snails in here. There were some hitchhikers on some plants, so I've got one bladder snail and one ram's horn snail as well, and I've got 4 otocinclus catfish in here, so they're my little cleanup crew, but they don't eat blackbeard algae, so that's why we need to get rid of it. So as you can see, I've got the full aquascape, but it is very busy, and I want to simplify it so that the water flow can get around it really well, and then we won't have the problems with the build-up of the nutrients or nitrates and ammonia, etc. So this is what it looks like now, and this is what it's going to look like. So let's start that now, and I'll show you how I did it. Okay, so this is what we're left with. My suspicions were correct. It's absolutely filthy. There was so much decaying plant matter, fish waste, food, all sorts under everything. You probably saw it in the time lapse there. So I've removed all the plants. The plants are now down here under some wet kitchen towel. That helps to keep them moist because they dry out really fast, faster than you'd think actually. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to clean this out, and then we can have a look at some hardscape. Okay, so I've picked out my hardscape. I'll show you that in just a second. I'm just filling up the tank with some water again just to clean through the substrate and the gravel. Still got a lot of waste in it, so I'm going to clear that out, and then I'll be right back with you to show you the hardscape. This is what the tank looks like when I'm just filling it up. You can see just all that grot and dirt seeping out of the gravel and into the water column. So we need to get rid of that, because otherwise I'm just going to get the same problem again if it's all still in the substrate. So I'll clean that out and then I'll be right back with you. Done. I've cleaned it up. You didn't want to see me scrubbing about 100 rocks. So we've got this massive stone here. There's some beautiful patterns on these, and we've got all of these small ones here. So hopefully that should give us a good gradient between the big and the small. Now, I've got the tank here, I've cleaned it out now, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these stones in, and then I'm going to cap it off with sand. There's plenty of bacteria in this substrate. There's also some old fertiliser in there. I will put a few more plant capsules in there. But yeah, let's start getting these in. Right, that's some of the larger hardscape in. Now I'm going to put the sand in and then I can play around with the smaller details. This is the hardscape that I've come up with. I don't know if I like it or not yet. I've tried not to make too many small gaps in it so that the waste can't build up again. There's quite a lot of froth on the left in the water from the sand, but I'd imagine that'll clear quite quickly. I've got an external canister filter by All Pond Solutions, and that's done me really well so far, so that should be absolutely fine. What I'm going to do now is put some plants in. That's all the plants in. I'm not sure if I like where they are, probably won't know until I see it full up. Never done a scape like this before, so it'll be interesting to see what it grows into. Okay, so now it's time to fill her up. Fill her up please. So I've put the plants in, I've filled it back up. It's very cloudy, which is to be expected. I'm just going to put my Dechlorinator in, then I will drip acclimate the fish, and then we'll get the fish back in. Okay, so the fish are all acclimated, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour them in a net, and then we'll get them back in the tank. Okay guys, so it's the next day now. The tank has cleared up beautifully. As you can see, it's now crystal clear. I had to give the plants a major chop because they're absolutely covered in the black beard algae. I didn't want to risk it growing back again, so I've just given them a big chop. All of the root systems are still in place, so they should grow back absolutely fine without any issues. And if anything, they'll grow back better and stronger. Don't ever be afraid of giving your plants a good chop. Just encourages the new growth. And it looks better afterwards, a lot thicker, a lot denser, and makes your tank look more healthy. I'm by no means an expert on plants. I forgot to put the root tabs in, so I will do that within the next couple of days, that's fine. This is the Dechlorinator that I use. It's Bioactive Tapsafe Plus by Interpet, and it's also got beneficial bacteria in it. Now this was $11.99 just from my local fish store. Most of them stock it, and I personally find it really good. It lasts a long time, and I've never had any problems with it. It's got the little measuring cup on top, so you just squeeze it like this, and then that fills up to wherever you need it, and you take the lid off, pour it in. So that's what I use for that. So behind me here, we've got some Amazon swords up in the corner, there and there. We've also got some Ludwigia Guinea, which is supposed to have orange leaves. I thought they'd be bigger than this, but they seem to only be small, but it might not have got on alright the way that the old tank was set up. And then we've got some Hydrocotyle Japan. I've put some just here and some here. That's either really good as a carpeting plant if you keep it trimmed short, or it can grow up. It just depends on how you trim it. Now this one had sent out loads of shoots, but unfortunately they were covered in the black beard algae, so I have trimmed them back. But that should, again, encourage new growth, which will look a lot better anyway. In here as well, we've got some Rotala rotundifolia. That's just at the front here. And then of course we've got the Limnophila sessiliflora at the back there, and they bush out lovely. A good trim on them will make them a lot thicker. So hopefully they'll fill out the back and should cover up the heater and things like that you don't really want to see. They're the only ones that I know the names of right now, so I can put them in the description. If anybody wants to know anything specific, just ask. Everything's settled back in fine, no problems, no losses or anything like that. They've all coloured up great again, so no issues there. I can see with the back of the fish tank, obviously it doesn't look great. Can't make my mind up as to whether I want to put some frosted vinyl on it or if I'm going to paint it black. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. I think I'm swaying more towards the frosted vinyl. I just think it's quite a light tank, and I think the black might suppress it a little bit. But you let me know what you think. I was going to put some more smaller detailed stones and things in here around the pebbles, but at the moment I'm just going to leave that because I don't want to create too many pockets for dirt to collect in. I just want it to stay as clean as possible. So for now, this is the end project, and I'm quite happy with it really. The water quality is really clear. All the fish seem really happy, so thumbs up from me. I really hope you've enjoyed my first video, and if you like the content that you've seen today, don't forget to like and subscribe to see future videos. We've got some exciting stuff coming up. I've got the 4-foot aquarium to set up, which is going to be, I think, a rummy-nosed tetra and angelfish aquarium. And then we've also got the unboxing to do for the shrimp tank and then the setting up of that. I've still got the pond to show you, so lots of good things coming up. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, let me know in the comments if there's anything you want to see, anything you want to know, and turn on the notification bell so that you can get notified when I upload again. That's all for today's video, guys, and remember, let's learn together.